Hello, and welcome to my Spongebob Only explanation video. So I'm basically gonna be, ooh, I can't talk. I'm gonna be using my video player here, so I can like skip and like speed up stuff and pause and all this stuff, and like go frame by frame on certain stuff. That way I can explain stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna try to explain some of the stuff that's going on here, cause it can be kind of confusing to any outsider. So let's get this thing going. So this is just, what I had. Just skip all this. Hopefully it's not too loud, but yeah. Alright, so we're starting a new game. I can speed this up because this part is pretty simple. So I'm gonna speed this up ×2. It's gonna sound kind of funny, but whatever. So right there we just get 50 shinies to unlock that door and get this first spat here. Pretty simple stuff. Nothing too big here. But coming up is actually a pretty famous trick, the hand disable, or Hans disable, whatever you want to call it. But for anyone who doesn't know, this disables the trigger for the hand grabbing you. This is basically the out of bounds like detection system the game has, and we're basically disabling that. This allows us to go out of bounds and grab stuff we normally aren't supposed to. So right there, let me actually go back and see what I did here. So right here, I jumped down here. Normally you're not supposed to do this, right? So usually it's just like you jump down there and the hand would grab you. But because of hand disable, we're just able to jump down there, grab that spat. And since this game has a warping mechanic, we're actually able to warp to that spatula and warp all the way up here, skipping a bunch of dumb stuff that we really don't need. So that's a pretty cool skip right there. There's one exception though, and those are the out of bounds floor areas, which is where SpongeBob does the weird like crawl animation. So let me see, where am I at right now? So 228. So if you saw earlier, he did like this weird crawling animation right here. That right there. So those will re-enable the hand if you stay on that for too long. But all the other triggers, like I guess like you could say like it's an aura or some shit. I don't know. Those get disabled. So that's why we're able to just jump down and get that one spat. So right here we just got some more basic platformers. I'm gonna speed this up again just to go through this kind of quickly. Let's see, just kill that guy. Oh wait, we just damage boost off of him. This is a little skip here. Normally you're supposed to jump off all these pads and go all the way for that sock, but you can just jump there pretty easily, nothing too big. Alright, so right here, let me put it at normal speed again. So right here, I'm gonna attempt to do a 1 frame. So whenever you get damaged, there's 1 frame when you can perform any ground move. So that could be a regular jump or a bash. Okay, so right there, I actually did it. Let me go back. Is this the one? Yeah, okay, so right there. There's actually 1 frame where you can perform any ground move, right? So you can do either a bash, a jump, or even a bowl if you have the bubble power-up unlocked. So right there, there's that 1 frame right there, or this one, I guess, that if you press any ground move, it'll actually perform it. But I messed up. So I just die here. But yeah, that's pretty much how 1 frames work. And you can do those off of like damage boost, I guess. Damage boost 1 frame as well. That was using the goo, which doesn't really damage you. It's just more of a knockback. But still, kind of the same thing. So I'm gonna speed this up again. Nothing too interesting here, not until we get to a certain part. Did we collect the sock here? Yeah, there you go. I like the way it sounds when it's sped up. Right, so there's another sock. So right there, that's a cutscene skip. That's pretty simple. You just touch the trigger and then drown. Nothing too crazy. So right here, this is a cool damage boost because it's not a 1 frame. It's actually more than 1 frame. Because if you actually use this thing here. I think I could slow this down, actually. Yeah. Oh, wow. I messed up, of course. Let me speed it up. So right there, as you can see, I was trying to land on that button platform. and if you land on it while being boosted, you actually get this like little slide, and you get a bunch of frames where you can do like grounded moves again. So those are pretty easy and can take you to some pretty far places. So we're basically just gonna walk out of bounds here, make our way all the way over to the end of the caves, because if you were to go through the caves with just SpongeBob, it's practically impossible. I want to say you'd have to use Patrick, which is defeating the purpose of this SpongeBob only playthrough. So yeah, so right here we could just get in out of bounds under the slide, and right here we're actually gonna go through this load and then come back in because we want to get a checkpoint here just in case I died. But I don't think I died here from what I remember. So let's speed this up again. So right, okay, yeah. So right here, this little jump is a little weird because there's this little ledge, but sometimes like it just doesn't work. I don't know. I guess I just suck, but I think I make it here. Yeah. So right there, you just do a double jump and spin onto the button. It's pretty good. And then we just do a little damage boost over to the sock here, and go back. And let's see what's next. I have some notes here, but they're kind of bad notes, but whatever. All right, so right here, yeah, we're coming up to a pretty long segment. So we're basically gonna start grinding here because we're gonna buy a lot of crab spatulas, and we're actually gonna be duping some of them, which is pretty cool. But I'll get to that when I get to that. So right here, we're just gonna dupe a bunch. I'm actually just gonna skip entirely. I'm gonna slow this down and then just skip just to see. Oh, whoops! What is this? I open the window. Okay. I forget how much I need. Jesus. Okay, yeah. Okay, 2,500. Pretty cool. It's well, not 2,500. 25,000. I'm an idiot. Feel free to fucking comment idiot in comments, I guess. I don't freaking know, dude. Alright, so right here is some pretty simple stuff. I think we do another damage boost here. I don't know if I actually do it, though. No, I don't. Okay. That's fine. So this is more simple platforming, so I'll speed it up again. Okay. Speed it up again. So it's just simple platforming. Make that go down, then up, so we'd skip the little wall jump section. I'm not sure if that's faster without cruise boosting, but yeah. Alright, so King Jelly, I mean, there's not really a strat here, so I'll just fast forward it, but whenever you hit King Jellyfish, he goes into this animation where he spawns jellyfish, like, really slowly. But if you walk into him and get hit, he goes into this other animation where he's, like, cheering. And that saves some time over just watching this whole spawning animation. So that's pretty cool. So right here, we're just going down the slide. There's another sock we get here. Can I go ahead by 1 second? I don't know if I can. Oh, I can. Okay, so this makes it a little easier to skip stuff. So we just warp to Squidward. Yeah. Get that spat. And then yeah, okay. Then right here, something to note. I actually avoid talking to Mr. Krabs because this is a setup for... Wait, I don't know why I paused it. This is actually a setup for some spatula duping that we're going to do later on, which is why we go around talking to his trigger, because that's pretty important. That first trigger, when you first talk to him, it's setup. So, yeah. So right here, we're going to be going into downtown. Pretty cool. I like this stage. There's some cool strats here. Let's speed it up again. Downtown. Alright, so this is Tiki's Go Boom. This is pretty simple movement here, honestly. So I'll just skip this every second. Yeah, just hit every button. Lit. Alright. Grab that. Skip this. Then from here, we'll make our way over here. I think there's a sock we grab here. Pretty sure, yep. Alright. And then we warp back. I'm dumb. Alright. So right here, something pretty cool is coming up. So right here, we're going to do sponge ball storage. So if you double jump into a sponge ball and land without holding anything on control stick, you can actually keep double jumping and take the sponge ball into places that you wouldn't normally be able to. So right there, let me go back again so I can show you what the heck. So right there, I land without holding anything, right? It has to be a double jump too, because if you just do a regular jump, you'll turn into a sponge ball regardless. But with double jump, it like stores the animation for some reason. So right here, we see that I turn to sponge ball, get damaged, so I get like this little jump up here. And then boing, you see I jumped on that, but SpongeBob didn't actually jump. He just turned into SpongeBob. And that's actually storing like the state of the trampoline, which is pretty cool. So right there, that's the storage, and when you let go, that's when the effect of the trampoline actually happens. So that's pretty cool. And we're basically kind of be doing that, but with platforms. And with platforms, it's actually pretty freaking cool. So we're basically going to be doing an SDJ, or SpongeBall Displacement Jump. So 420 Blaze It, it's a guy in the community. He actually has a pretty good video explaining this in a bit more detail. But basically we're storing the like platform moving up and down with the sponge ball. So right there, I'll go back. Freak, okay. Yeah. So right there, I don't know if you saw, but like I moved up. And I tried to do it with the pause, but I still messed it up because I'm dumb. So yeah, right there. You saw that height I got? It's from storing my sponge ball with the platform at the bottom point, and then I waited for it to tilt up, and that makes it so that the point is higher up, and that's why I go all the way the frick up here. And if you jump on that frame, you would get some serious height. But I messed it up in this run, so we'll get to see it later on. That's no big deal. I have a backup here. It's pretty cool. So we use another sponge ball storage here to get up here. Destroy this thing, and then there's a way to get up here with this, but I think I keep messing this up, so yeah, I messed it up again. So let's see, did I get it here? Yeah, there you go. You can just do a double jump out of a regular sponge ball, so that's pretty cool. So right here, we just we're able to get this spat. Usually you're supposed to get this with Sandy. Oh, we got a sock here. You're supposed to get this with Sandy, right? The spatula, but for some reason you can just go under the trigger that spawns the wall here, which is pretty cool. So that's that. We can't really do much else in there. So we're gonna make our way back here, and we're actually gonna do another super jump, SDJ, whatever. We're actually gonna be taking it to another level. So right here, you're gonna see that I'm taking this into the first hub. And then I unplug the controller because that makes it easier. I'll explain that later. So right there, look at that huge height, dude. So basically, instead of just jumping, you actually just let go of SpongeBall and pause on the same frame. And that actually stores your vertical momentum, like displacement, I guess. And you can take that to any level. And if you unplug your controller on the Xbox version, you can actually buffer the pause, and that makes it so that you're basically guaranteeing that you're paused on the frame, because it's like frame 0 or something weird. But yeah, you could just unpause and then press A the frame after, and it makes it pretty free. And then right here, we're going to do Hub 2 skip, or I guess Hub 3, whatever. We're basically going to Hub 3 with Rollbuck. That's actually not that hard with some practice. This is going pretty fast, TBH, but whatever. So right here, we're actually going to go into Krusty Krab. And you know how I avoided him earlier, but that Mr. Krabs, that one's like a fake one, so that one doesn't really matter. But after we beat this, like the Krusty Krab, I guess, there's going to be like a real Hub 3 Krabs that spawns. And we're going to be able to buy spats from him, and that's going to mess some stuff up. Because we're technically buying Hub 3 spats here. So right here, we're going to be buying 6 spatulas. So that's pretty crazy. 4 also has a video on duping stuff. So definitely watch his video. So, I guess I'll give a quick explanation. I'll turn this back to regular speed. I'm just showing off all the different spats I'm buying there. So yeah, okay. So there's actually 3 versions of Mr. Krabs. 1 for each hub. Since that was the hub 3 crabs, and we haven't beaten the hub 1 boss, we're actually buying spat. Wait. Yeah, we're actually buying 6 spats right then from that that hub's 3 crabs. And then later on, we're gonna reset his like prices by talking to the hub 1 crabs. You know, the one that I avoided? That one's gonna reset his prices. And it's essentially almost like duping, but it's really just resetting his prices to buy the other spats. That was a shitty explanation, but yeah, it's kind of hard to explain without an actual like diagram, I guess you could call it. But essentially, it's resetting his spatula count to make him think like we're buying the first sets of spats again, or just buying the first sets of spats in general. Because technically you can buy all its 8 spats and then get the reset to happen and buy 7 spats. And then there's a way to get the 8 spat, but it's like some weird thing you have to do. But yeah, some pretty crazy stuff. I definitely recommend watching 4's video on crabs duping. Alright, so right here is just more common stuff. I just did a not so precise double jump to get that 1 spat. Let's gonna speed this up. How long am I in the video? Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, oil skip. I don't want to pass this up. So, right here, we're going to do a setup called oil skip. It's pretty cool. Essentially, we're just using another damage boost to go all the way to this island way the heck over here. And that skips having to go all the way around through, like, Mr. Krabs' like dream segment, like Squidward's dream, and all this other stuff. It's pretty cool. We can get a free spatula here from Patrick Star, my favorite character. Let's see, where am I? I have my notes here. I'm trying to follow him as the thing goes on, but yeah, it's just like a rough explanation too. It's not like it has to be anything perfect, but yeah. So right here, we're gonna head over to the Krusty Krab, Mr. Krabs' dream. There's actually some pretty cool strats here too, but I'm gonna speed this up because there's like a little cutscene here we have to watch. And then I'm gonna reload the level because we're actually gonna do some cool 1-frame jumps to kill these duplicator-trons on top with some precise jumps. Right here, we got the 1-frame. Let's go. And then right here, you don't need the 1-frame, but it definitely helps. But yeah, you can make that pretty easily. And with that, it's a lot easier to just kill everything else because they won't spawn anymore. So basically makes this fight pretty free. You can't beat this level without killing those dupes anyway, so you have to do all that shit without the powers. Okay, so I'm just gonna speed this up. Bye. Okay. And then right here. Okay, yeah, right there. Notice how he's talking to me again, because we never talked to him in Hub 1. We only talked to him in Hub 3, and that was like a weird, like, Hub 3 crabs. Because there's like 3 versions of him, right? So he's telling me my treasure chest's looking a bit light because I don't have the 3,000 shinies, right? So that's pretty key to starting his, like, his dialogue over to giving us the spats at lower prices. And right here, we just have to destroy all of Squidward's furniture and jump 10 times to get a sock and a spat. Pretty simple stuff. Nothing too bad. I'm not sure if I head into Gulagoon or if I go to Poseidon here. Let's see. Okay, right here, we're actually getting rid of this little cutscene because we're going to use this to do that VMS stuff, you know, the super jump as a setup, and it's pretty cool. And right here, we're just getting another sock, so pretty simple stuff. Gonna speed that up. And then, yeah, okay, so we're gonna head into Poseidon here. And you might be thinking, yo, why are you heading into Poseidon? Since that turns you into Patrick on phase 2. Like, what are you doing? Well, actually, there's a thing called Poseidon Clip. Oh, shit. Okay. That, like the name implies, it lets us clip under the platform. There's actually a spat down there. And surprisingly, this actually makes it so that the game thinks that we actually beat it, but we didn't actually beat it, right? So this actually moves us to Hub 2, which moves everything to Hub 2. So Plankton's there, and now Mr. Krabs is in Hub 2, too. But, what was I saying? Fuck, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, that doesn't really reset his dialogue. It's only the first time you talk to Krabs that really resets it. After that, if he moves to Hub 2, it doesn't really reset, so that doesn't really matter. But yeah. That's pretty cool. And also, another cool thing about beating that Poseidon with the spatula, with the Poseidon clip, is that that actually spawns a sponge ball in that first hub area, which is going to allow us to do that VMS super jump with that one platform cutscene that I explained earlier that we got rid of.
So, do you want to
Alright, so right here we're buying that spat for 3,000 shinies again, even though we had bought earlier already, right? So that's what's pretty cool about this routing, spatula duping, or like resetting, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that's one of the 3 spats we're gonna be collecting, because later on we're gonna grind for it. So yep, this sock sucks because you have to hit the TV, and it's kind of RNG, which is dumb, but yeah. Alright, so Murmulair, I'll just speed this up a bit. But Murmulair is actually an interesting level because for a while we weren't able to progress in the level since you need the Bubble Bowl power up to progress, and well, like I said earlier, getting the spat under Poseidon does not unlock the bowl. Well, I don't know if I said that, but yeah, doing that clip doesn't unlock the bowl. So we had to get creative for this level. So right there, you're usually supposed to use the bowl, right? But what's it called? We actually figured out a way to get through all of Murmulair without having to use the Bubble Bowl, and it's actually pretty freaking cool. So right there, you might have noticed that I re-enabled the hand, and that's because the next segment is actually really hard if you don't have the hand enabled for Murmulair. So that's why I enabled it. And then right here, I'm doing another VMS setup, and it has to be a certain height because if you go too high, you'll actually hit the ceiling and won't hit the certain part that I need to land on here. So right there, I hit the ceiling, but I was able to make it up here. And from here, we're actually able to navigate to the second part of like Murmulair. And usually from here, you would either use the Bubble Bowl or switch to Patrick to like keep progressing in the level. And for a while there, we didn't know how to like progress, right? Until somebody actually found a way to like spawn this Chuck, right? You actually hit a trigger here. You can see the Duplicatron lit up. And we actually found a freaking cool setup here to do a damage boost off of this missile and 1-frame bash all the way over to that side. And then we're going to do some more like crazy damage boosting to progress in the level basically. And it's pretty freaking crazy. I'm going to speed this up because I don't know if I get it on this try. I might get it on this try. I'll stop it here. But yeah, second try. Wow. But this makes it perfectly onto that platform, which is so freaking amazing. That part is so cool to pull off first, third, second try, or even third try. Doesn't even matter because that 1 frames are super hard. This game runs at 60 frames per second, so you have 1/60th of a second to press that. And then right there, we do another little damage boost, double jump to get on this platform. And from here, we get the checkpoint. So right here, it's like, oh my god. We get to kind of rest because if we die here, you know, the hand will take us back to the last checkpoint. So yeah, so right here we're just gonna maneuver with the cowboy up this platform, which is so just perfect. Everything just works out perfectly. It's amazing. And we're gonna make our way up these rocks, and we're actually gonna touch the trigger that loads into Prawn's boss level, which is pretty cool. So do some platforming there, and then you just double jump spin and mash R to enter the villain containment system. And this level is actually pretty crazy because in Prawn it was also thought that maybe it was impossible to clip out of bounds, and even if you were to clip out of bounds, it was probably impossible to touch the debug trigger that ends this boss fight. that, and usually we'd normally get this using Cruise Boost, but since this is SpongeBob only, we don't have any power-ups, right? But with some creative messing around, it was also possible to not only clip, but also touch the trigger without the use of any bubble powers, which is just freaking amazing. I love all this shit. It's pretty crazy. Doing a little bit of a camera setup. It's not even that precise, honestly, but I was just trying to get it first try there. So yep, that's the trigger there. That just kills Prawn. Can't believe he's freaking dead, dude. So yeah, that just gives us a free spat there. And then, yeah, this is another free spat. Pretty much some free spats overall. So I'm going to speed this up, ×4. And then I'll slow it down here, because there's some cool security tunnel skip. So you can actually jump on this little ledge here, and then there's another ledge on top that just lets you jump, but the chuck hits me, of course. And then with these, you can actually just, like, kind of damage boost yourself up. Land on that platform with a little bit of invulnerability you get after the hit. And then I grab this box just for safety. Another free little spat. And then coming up is a dumb jump that I do with the clam. But it's actually pretty satisfying when you do pull it off, but it's kind of dumb when you take like 10 years when you're actually doing the speed run. There's another way to do this, which is probably way better, but I like that clam jump, but sometimes it just really sucks. So there's that suck. Still, all SpongeBob only. We haven't switched characters at all during the entire thing. Pretty freaking cool. Oh, it seems like we're setting up another VMS super jump. I think we're going to Squid's Dream. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we are. Yep. So this, you know, Squid's Dream, you can actually complete this without, you know, any glitches or anything. It's just one long, giant, like, platforming level. But this is actually a lot faster. And it's actually one of the faster spatulas in the speed run for SpongeBob only. Or Switchless, whatever you want to call it. It's actually really cool. You get there pretty freaking fast. I really enjoy these super jumps because it looks so crazy. And then from here, I think we head over to Goo Lagoon. So I'm going to speed this up again because yeah, it's going to be just a lot of walking for a while here. Oh, disabling that hand again, of course. Because we're going to be doing a trick known as Sponge Glide. And honestly, I'm not even sure how to explain that one. Because I don't think anyone really truly knows why Sponge Glides work. But essentially, you're like keeping your momentum from the damage boost while you're like slamming. And for some reason, that like keeps you afloat onto this tower. I don't know why. It just does. With faster cruise boost, you can also get some Sponge Glides. It's pretty crazy. We can get over to this tower, and on this tower there's a robot that Larry wants you to kill, and you can just like kill him like that. That'll just give you a free spatula right there. That's another cool little bash boost. And then another Sponge Glide. That one's weird because we're not really touching any walls. I guess maybe the side of the tower is giving us the boost there, but still, it's kind of weird, champ, if I'm being real here. So this is all just gonna be like normal ass platforming and whatnot. So I'm gonna speed this up again. I don't want to skip too much. That way you can just see what's happening. So we do a little precise jump there up the flags, and then do a little bash onto the tower. Get a free spat. There's a sock there. If you kill the dupe, we die to get back to the slide easily. Then right here, I'll slow this down. You can get down this part of the pier with the slide. It's actually pretty easy. And then we head back over to the caves, I think. Okay, I tried doing a little damage boost there, but yeah. And this, okay, yeah, this spawns you with Gary, but if you die, you spawn back to where you're supposed to be, the actual checkpoint. Bye. Well, then we do some cool damage boosts here. Cute checkpoint, because that's like the smallest checkpoint in the game for some reason. Oh, I got another little boost there off the hammer guy. So we're just getting socks there. We're actually getting 50 socks in this run because they're pretty good to get for Spongebob Only. That's another sock. Then we get another sock here, but I think I die. Yeah. I suck. Alright. Alright, so from here, we're going to get some other free spats. We're practically playing the level backwards. And that's actually a theme in all the speedruns of BFEB is playing the level backwards is just fast because a lot of the end of segments of like certain like levels, they have a spat, but if you play it backwards, you end up where the end level segment is, right? So that's where like the spats are, which is pretty cool. Alright, so right here, I'm gonna slow this down to 2 or yeah, times 1. Right here, we're supposed to pay this clam and a button will come up, right? And then with Patrick, you're supposed to hit that button with the watermelon. But that button is actually there. It's just invisible, right? So we can actually do a bit of a damage boost here and land on it. And then if we slam, it'll actually activate the button, which will let us collect the spatula that's over here, which is pretty freaking nuts. Yeah, just times 2 this. Bam, 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 bam. So that strat is actually pretty cool. It's weird how they just left it invisible. Alright, it's right here, umbrella jump. I think I did one of these earlier, but I'm not sure if I talked about it. Maybe I didn't. I'm trying to keep track of everything, but yeah. If you spin those umbrellas, you know, there's that one side where it's like moving up when it's rotating, so it gives you some height. And we're actually gonna use that to do another, like, you know, momentum storage into another level, which is pretty cool. Alright, this whole segment, I think this is all just popping the balloon kids. I think there's a sock here. Yeah, okay. So I don't think I can speed this up more. So that's just, we're just gonna pop the balloon kids, honestly. So I'll just let this play out in case you wanna see where they are, I guess. So I'll just shut up. And there goes my phone. Alright, yeah. That's pretty much it for that. Alright, what's this? Alright, going to Rock Bottom. Rock Bottom is also a pretty normal level, quote-unquote. So we're practically going to be, like, double speeding through this whole thing. But here's another quick little damage boost there. We call it bathroom boost. Oh, right there. That's a spatula animation skip. So I press R to load the gate, and then I touch the spatula, and he starts doing his animation, but then it loads the gate, like, load level, right? So that basically skips the animation, because we have to come back through here anyways to get this spatula. So we're going to go down the slide, so I'm going to speed this up again. Whee. So we're gonna be grabbing a sock over here. Little damage boost just because why not, right? We had time. And then we're gonna be heading over to Across the Trench of Darkness. We're gonna be doing another cool little damage boost here. This one's Sleepy Skip. This one actually used to be a super hard, like, well, not super hard, but it was a 1 frame bash, right? But then we realized, wait, why don't we just do like a grounded, like, freaking bash, right? Forehead. So that was pretty easy. So right there, I opened up that gate because we're actually gonna do another VMS, because we have to get all these art pieces, right? And there's one art piece that's way over at, like, the edge of the level, but we usually can't get that without any power-ups or, you know, switching to Sandy, who has the hover. So we're instead going to do another VMS here, or super jump, sponge ball displacement jump. But we actually need a certain height, because if you're too low, there's like this rock that's, like, I don't know if it's like upside down or what, but you can get stuck inside it, and we'd have to reload the level and do it all over again. It just takes forever. So we actually have to get enough height to go over that one rock, but also, you know, land decently, not take years falling here, because you can actually get a lot of height and take forever to land on this art piece. But we landed there pretty good. That was actually a really good jump. Here's another art piece for free. I got hit there. I don't know why. I think I was just trying to like boost or something. And then this is all just regular platforming stuff. I think I do another boost here. I don't know if I make it though, because this one's actually pretty hard. Okay, yeah, I make it. That's good. We're gonna be doing another sponge ball storage with a trampoline here to get over to that one spot that's far out there, and also getting this art piece. So right here, we just go onto the trampoline. There's still part of the trampoline that's stored, so there's that little jump, and then we still have the double jump. So we make that really, really easily. No trouble at all. Super freaking free. So now it's more walking back towards the museum. I do the box jump here, but there's a way to get up there with the sponge ball, but I didn't learn it, so yeah. Alright, so where are my notes here? Okay, yeah, so that sock, we get that sock down there. And this part's actually pretty cool, because we get to skip all of like this museum stuff, right? Without any of the power-ups. So right here, we're going to do a damage boost up here onto this thing, which doesn't damage you, apparently. Only the electricity thing does. And then we're going to do a clip through here with the tire, but I fricked up, so I'm going to have to die in checkpoint probably. Yeah, I only have 2 health, so I'm going to have to die here. Yeah. I don't even know why I tried to go for it. I should just died. So if you ledge grab and it's going through like a wall, like the platform, you can actually just clip through it. I don't know if it's just wall or a damage wall or something like the hitbox, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Then right here, we grab another heart piece, and then we're gonna do a somewhat precise jump under these lasers onto the railing. With some practice, it's actually not that bad, but it's kind of hard, honestly. But yeah. So there's that spat, and then we're gonna get another sock here with a somewhat precise jump here, because these lasers can shoot you out in a lot of directions. But luckily, there's a little bit of a setup there that I have to just get a little boost upwards. And that's all the art pieces. Amazingly, we got all of them. There's actually a way to skip all the art pieces in the like regular speedrun. Because there's a debug like trigger under Mrs. Puff that just gives you this spat. But since we don't have the means to clip out without the power up, you know, the bubble power ups or whatever, we can't really do that. So we have to collect the art pieces, which isn't even that bad. You know, we get to show off some cool super jumps and stuff. All right, so this level doesn't really have much. So I'm gonna skip a big chunk of it because it's a lot of just sliding levels, really. So there's nothing too much there. There's a sock. And then, yeah, this is just a sliding level, so I'll just let this play out. So there's a sock there. Just getting more shinies to unlock the other slide levels. Gotta hit that button, then the other button. Ta-da. I think we do a VMS somewhere in Sand Mountain. I think after we get this. Yeah, we do. Because there's this spat that's on top of the lodge, right? So here's the setup, you know. Go on this platform. That's the point. We wait for it to rise up. Makes our point go higher, giving us a bigger jump. And we take that jump into this level so we can reach the top of the lodge without having to switch to Sandy or having any power-ups, which is pretty freaking cool. And then we just have a regular ass sliding level. So we're just going to skip through this, really. We don't really need to watch this, so... Oops, I opened up a window. We're just gonna skip through this. We just get some simple socks. We don't really get anything that's too far to reach. It's right here. Oh, okay. So let me pause this here, because this is actually interesting. So I get to do a little bit of a skip there. Instead of hitting the other button, I was actually able to damage boost off of that chuck and able to go over the fence. Which actually saves a surprising amount of time. It saves like 10 or I think it's like 15 seconds from what I remember. But maybe it was 10. Because I feel like 15 is too much. But that was a cool little skip. Alright, so we're going to have more slidey levels here. There's another sock. Marty times 4, yeah, okay. So we don't get anything too crazy here either. So I'm just gonna skip. We don't get the Sandman because that's gonna be ass if we do. There's that one sock though. And I think I tried to go for the skip too. Well, oh yeah, I messed it up, so that's a rip. You can do another skip there, which saves time from doing all this nonsense. That's another slide level. Done. And we're off to Kelp Forest. Alright, I'm going to slow this down a little bit. So, Kelp Forest is actually pretty interesting, because without any bubble powers, we were able to find a way to head through this one path that we have. So with the umbrella, like storage or whatever, we get to jump. Let me slow this down. We get to jump up here. Wait, hold up. I messed up, of course. Let's see if I get it this time. Okay. I do the controller unplug. And yeah, we get a pretty high jump to go up here through this path. And this path is actually pretty pog because it lets us play the level backwards, and basically this makes it so that we appear in front of spats all over the place. Pretty sick shit. Also, it's getting really hot in here, so I'm gonna turn on my AC. Hopefully it doesn't sound too shit on the mic though. Yeah, it starts to get really hot down here in the shed. Oh, I messed up the trick, of course, so times 2. So right there, we actually let me go back. So we touch the time trigger there and then head back over to this box that we had opened from earlier. And then we just beat the thing because the trigger is right at the end of the slide. So Mermaid Man just gives us the spat, and then this spat is right here because again we're playing the level backwards, and like I said, a lot of the spats are just there because you're playing the level backwards, unintended, which is pretty freaking cool. Got a free spat right there again. Just a lot of free spats here, man. And then right here we're heading over to this button, which actually opens up a gate that we'll see here. This gate that you're normally supposed to do with Patrick, right? We can actually maneuver in a way that we could take this shortcut and just get to the gate. And the devs actually like thought about people going through there, and they put some triggers, but I guess they didn't really put the triggers so well because you could just walk through the middle and you won't touch the triggers. That'll make the gate close. So that shortcut is pretty neat. That's really all of Kelp Forest already. That's a lot of spats for how quick that was, which is really nice. And then we gotta do some platforming here to get this sock. But every time I do that, I just get hit there. I don't know why. And then from here, what's next? I think it's Dutchman already? Yeah, wow. This has been fun. Recapping everything, basically. Hopefully I've been sort of making sense. Maybe I'll do some dumb, like more in-depth but dumb videos explaining all this other shit, because I feel like it is kind of hard to explain when I'm trying to explain in such a short term, I guess. So right there we get that sock, pretty simple. And then we're gonna make our way over to this part of the level, but I think I die here because I tried doing damage boost, but I just barely missed it. You can see the camera shakes because I was angry. I had the freaking music. And I tried going for it again, apparently. Don't learn my lesson. You can just make it down here and you'll make it. Skip everything else. Get to this spat. Pretty easy. Not too hard, honestly. It's hard when you're trying to go fast, though, and you have to go for those damage boosts. But yeah, there's a sock there that you can get pretty easily. But of course, I messed it up again. Just like everything else. Just a jump, spin, jump makes that pretty decently. Then right here, we gotta bounce again because the hand is disabled. Touch that spat you're normally not supposed to, and we warp to it so we can skip a bunch of stuff and make our way over to the next part of the level. Ta-da! Bye. Oh. Okay, so right here is just some more simple platforming. We're just gonna activate all the cannons with some platforming, pretty cool. And of course I fall. I'm just gonna freaking cut ahead. That's where you end up. You hit that one, and then we use this platform to reach the top part and hit the last cannon. And for some reason, whenever you do, whenever you hit this button over here, wait, do I hit it? Oh wait, no, I don't hit it because we don't even go to Dutchman, so never mind. But what I was gonna say, if you hit that button with like the treasure chest, that does a cutscene, and that lets you go to the Flying Dutchman. For some reason, it just unlocks the warp, even though it's not supposed to really, but it just does. I guess it just forgot. So right here, we're gonna do a little more grinding for the last 2 spats, and we're honestly practically done because we already have the 50 spats. So that's pretty much it, surprisingly. So I'm gonna speed this up again. Basically, a lot of speeding up here. Because a lot of stuff I practically already explained, right? It's just more damage boosting, all this other stuff. So let's cut ahead until, yeah, 7340 is a pretty good number to go on. So we're gonna talk to Mr. Krabs. Golden spatula. Actually, for how much did he want it for? 35? Yeah. Okay. So he wants it for 3,500. So we're gonna be left with 3,800, right? Because if we were to have more shinies where we're left off with more than the next amount, so the next amount is 4,000. So if we had 4,100 per se, he wouldn't let us buy more spats for whatever reason, because like he's glitched, right? So it's like weird. But since we have less, he'll actually let us buy the next spat. So your treasure chest is looking a bit light because we have under 4,000. We hit the stack and it should be enough. Okay, no, it's not enough, but I think there's, yeah, with this stack it'll be enough to have the 4,000. And those are the 3 duped or reset spatulas, I guess you could call them. Pretty sick shit, honestly. I really enjoy this because it just shows how busted this game is. And then from here, we're just going to head over to the Patrick and trade in all these socks. So, yep. That was cool. And then we're going to head over to the Chum Bucket. We're going to get this spat with a bash. And that's 75 spatulas. And right here, we're going to be basically doing what we did in Prawn. We're going to be touching the end boss trigger. But right here, I tried doing this one super cool strat, but I don't think I get it. You can hit his glove if you do a precise slam, and then hit his nose. And it's really cool, but I ended up just doing the VMS because it's just a little easier like that. Because if you jump there in the beginning, I'll just put this at normal speed. That's me hitting B and A on the same frame, and then B and A on the one frame after the other, and then I hit the debug trigger. If you go too fast, you'll actually go through the trigger. So you don't want to be too fast. You have to be just enough to reach it. Alright, so the brain. The brain is actually really interesting because there was a way to beat the inside of the brain without any power-ups or anything, right? With Spongebob Only strats. But it was really inconsistent. It was such a shitty clip that like nobody wanted to do it, right? Only a few people did, and even then it was just super, super bad. But it was then discovered that there was like this super easy and recognizable clip inside of the brain that just fixed the whole problem of, you know, defeating the brain, which is nuts. We'll just fast forward to this. So we're gonna climb inside of the brain actually. So through here, we're gonna hit this fuse so it closes this gate, right? And you might think that we're able to go back out of bounds, but we can't. There's actually an invisible wall there. So we're actually able to bash up here and somehow clip our way inside of the brain. Out of bounds, I guess, inside of the brain. Is this out of bounds or inside of bounds? More than you should be. I don't know. I'm dumb. But yeah, all you have to do is hit the fuses and you're basically done with the game. And that's pretty much it. That's yeah. That's pretty much it. That was SpongeBob Only, sorta kind of explained by me. Hopefully that was decently explained. If anything, I'm gonna do. Thanks for watching. Yeah, okay. If anything, I might do like what's it called? Maybe some more in-depth like videos, I guess, on why stuff works, like the VMS and all this other stuff. Cause I kind of like brushed over it, right? But hopefully that was a decent enough watch. Yeah, thanks for watching. Bye bye.